From Newsroom Southeast, the main stories this lunchtime. A man's been detained under the Prevention of Terrorism Act after an arms cache was discovered in North London this morning. Part of Lordship Lane in Tottenham was sealed off following a police chase. Officers are now searching for a red Peugeot 205 which drove away from the scene.
The arrested man was taken from this car shortly after 3 o'clock this morning. It ended up here after a high-speed police chase. The man was taken away without a struggle. Some reports say a second man got away. Police then cleared surrounding buildings of occupants, saying the car could contain explosives. Eyewitnesses say a number of guns were then removed.
He pulled out a machine gun, what it looked like to me. He put it back, he pulled out another one. I fiddled about with it, I could hear the gun clicking.
Unconfirmed reports say at least 2 AK-47 assault rifles were taken away from the car. The reports also talk of the guns being freshly dug up. Today's operation is not yet officially being linked to recent terrorist incidents like the one in Wembley last week which killed an army sergeant. It's also not yet clear if today's arms find is linked to the discovery of explosives at Hampstead, Stoke Newington and Clapham in the past year.
Hello, I'm John Souchet. Welcome to News at 1. The headlines this Tuesday lunchtime. Weapons found in car. Police question man under Prevention of Terrorism Act.
They'd stopped the car, a green Cortina, in the Lordship Lane area of Tottenham after a high-speed chase. Scotland Yard say there's a strong possibility that the Cortina was being followed by another car, a red Peugeot 205, with one man in it.
A police patrol became suspicious of the battered green Cortina as it was being driven erratically in the early hours of this morning. There was a high-speed car chase before it was eventually stopped in Lordship Lane at about 3:45. The driver tried to escape on foot. On the back seat, police found at least 2 automatic weapons, thought to be AK-47 rifles. They had been freshly dug up. Both were loaded and ready for use.
One of the officers pulled out an automatic weapon. He pushed it back, took another one. His colleague asked him whether it was a real one. He said, yes, it's real, all right. He fiddled about with the magazine, loaded and unloaded it. That was 3 or 4 times at least.
The driver, believed to be in his 20s, was seen handcuffed to police shortly afterwards. Detectives have confirmed that a man is being held under the Prevention of Terrorism Act. Local people were evacuated as the car was checked for explosives, but were allowed to return to their homes when none was found. The Cortina was taken away for further examination by forensic experts. Police believe it was being followed by another car, a red Peugeot 205, registration number HIW 2221. That's a Londonderry index. The public are being warned not to approach it, but to contact police. In February of last year at Stoke Newington Waterworks, just over a mile away, more than 20 pounds of Semtex plastic explosive was found. And last October, on nearby Hampstead Heath, police found an IRA arms cache, including nearly 100 pounds of Semtex. Last week, Sergeant Charles Chapman was killed by an IRA car bomb outside an Army Careers office in Wembley. Scotland Yard renewed their calls for extra vigilance. So far, it's not clear exactly who was carrying weapons across North London last night, but the anti-terrorist squad are carrying out extensive inquiries.
Good afternoon. A suspected IRA terrorist is still at large and another is being held by police after arms were discovered following a car chase in North London. The man under arrest was driving a Cortina car. It's believed the suspect being hunted was in a red Peugeot which was seen nearby. And eyewitnesses report that a third man may also be on the run. The head of Scotland Yard's anti-terrorist branch is now in charge of the investigation.
First reports concentrated on just one car, a green Cortina which was chased to the junction of Lordship Lane and Westbury Avenue just before 4 a.m. But it's since emerged that a second car, probably following the Cortina, was also under suspicion but got away. Eyewitnesses saw one man from the Cortina arrested and a number of guns recovered from the vehicle. There were early, as yet unconfirmed reports that Semtex explosive was also found and homes were evacuated.
I came downstairs to find out whether it was safe for me and my family. One officer came towards me and he said it's best if we were to go in the back of the house because he suspected terrorist and possibly an explosion. And also he suggested if I had any relatives to go away from here, which very quickly woke up my family, and within 5 minutes we just drove off from here.
Some eyewitnesses insist they saw a second man escaping from the Cortina, but that hasn't been confirmed by Scotland Yard. Police say their efforts are concentrated on finding the second car, a red Peugeot 205.
And the registration number of the car still being hunted by police is believed to be HIW 2221. Anyone seeing the car is urged not to approach it, but to contact police immediately. Campaigners have demanded a public inquiry into the case of a 13-year-old boy who was wrongly accused of murdering PC Keith Blakelock during the Broadwater Farm riot. Jason Hill was freed after directions from the child.